Are you guys ready for one of the worst cards of the year? UFC 315, awful card on paper. Legitimately one of the worst cards I've ever seen, but it's okay. We're going to push through it. We're going to speed through these predictions. I just want to get to the main fight. So, Brad Katona versus this guy. He fought Umar Nurmagomedov last. I think he dropped Umar. Brad Katona is coming off of a loss to Gene Matsumoto, but he did all right in that fight. I'm going to go Bekzat Almakhan via boring. No, you know what? He's okay on the feet, to be honest. Maybe he gets like a sub or like a knockout. I don't know. Who cares? I'll pick Bekzat by something. Daniel Santos. Is this the big brother Felipe dos Santos? Is that his name? Felipe? Some other Brazilian guy. Versus some Chinese guy. JeongYeong Lee. JeongYeong Lee. Anyways. Daniel Santos versus this guy. Decent fight, to be fair. Decent fight. He's coming off of a win against Munoz in 2023. Why is his last fight in 20? You guys know my rules. If their last fight was more than a year and a half ago, honestly more than a year ago, I'm not picking them. Now, this guy's also coming off of a loss. Why does he look like? Why is blood built like that? Yo, why is blood built like that? He's 11-2. He has a decent record. I guess I'll just pick JeongYeong Lee via maybe a decision or like some sort of first round finish. I just think Daniel Santos is good, but he's hittable, and he's also been out for 2 years. So unless the UFC website is wrong, he's been out for 2 years. So yeah, I'm gonna pick JeongYeong Lee. Marc-Andre Barriault versus Bruno Silva. Now this one's a little bit tricky because both are shit. Bruno Silva is coming off of the Chris Weidman fight. Actually, no, I'm wrong. He's coming off of the Nerdiev fight. I don't remember this. I don't remember that at all. I really don't remember that fight. I thought he was coming off the Weidman fight. Whatever. Well, he lost that fight. Marc-Andre Barriault is coming off of the... He didn't get knocked out by Stoltzfus? Oh, that was bad. Oh, I remember picking Marc-Andre to win that too. The thing is, like, Bruno Silva is just, after the Alex Pereira fight, like, he's just never fought good ever again. And Marc-Andre Barriault is he's kind of mid. He's very mid, to be honest with you. He doesn't, like, really, he's just mid. I don't know how to, he's just some old Canadian white guy. But I'll still pick him, because Bruno Silva, I don't trust him in 2025 to put on good performances or win fights in general. And I think Marc-Andre Barriault can win like a really tappy, boring like decision. Both guys are going to be a bit hesitant since they're coming off of losses and knockouts and whatever the case may be. Navajo Stirling versus Ivan Erslan. Okay, Navajo Stirling is back. That's cool. He's facing Ivan Erslan, who's coming off of a loss to Iwan Cutelaba. I'm going to pick Navajo Stirling. I didn't love his last performance against, was it Tuco Tacos? I want to say it was Tuco Tacos. I didn't love it. I mean, he won, but I didn't love it. I wanted him to get a KO, but, he was close at times, and he's a decent striker. Kind of fights like a giant Dan Hooker. He's a weird-looking guy, though. He's like Asian, but also he almost looks black, too. I think Navajo Stirling's going to win this fight. Maybe not a first. Yeah, pick maybe some sort of like second round TKO, late first round TKO. I don't know. I mean, Ivan Erslan is okay. He's 14-4, and his only fight was against Iwan Cutelaba, which was a split. I don't know why that was a split. My boy Cutelaba, who I am a massive fan of, and we're about to get to him, clearly won that fight. But anyways, this guy, he's tough. Maybe Navajo Stirling via decision then, because this guy's tough. But I wouldn't be shocked of a first round TKO. I'll go first round TKO. I'll go with my initial pick. Iwan Cutelaba versus Modestas Bukauskas. Let's go Iwan Cutelaba. This is one of my favorite fighters ever. I don't care. I said it. No, I'm kidding. Well, I mean, he's one of my favorite fighters on the roster. I don't know why. I've always liked this guy. Iwan Cutelaba, and I believe this is the first time he's fighting since I've actually no, he fought Ibo Arslan. I picked him to beat Ibo Arslan, guys. I picked him. A lot of people said, no, Cutelaba's not going to beat. He's going to get knocked out by Ibo Arslan. I picked him to beat Ibo Arslan, even though I wasn't confident in that pick at all. But, no, seriously, he's been on a resurgence. I mean, he's kind of win one, lost one a little bit. Like, he somehow lost to Johnny Walker. I don't know how you lose to Johnny Walker, right? Lost to Kennedy Ninja Cuckoo, and then he beat, I feel like I just said the N-word there. I swear I didn't mean it. And then he beat Boser. Is that Tanner Boser is his name or something? KO, first round KO. Then he lost to this guy. Who knows who that is? Like the white Roman Kopylov. Then he had a split with Erslan. Then he then he subbed Ibo Arslan. I think he's going to beat Modestas, but whatever his name is. I think he's going to beat this guy. The thing is, his grappling is very good. And Modest, I can't say his name. Modestas Bukauskas. Okay. Isn't he coming off of a first round KO? He is. He's coming off of a first round KO. Then he got a sub in 2024. Then he got a sub. Then he lost to Petrino. That has not aged well at all, to be honest with you. Second round TKO, man. Yeesh. Third round sub. He's decent on the ground. Martin Practionio. I'm going Iwan Cutelaba via first round KO / Actually, I'll go Iwan Cutelaba via first round submission. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a bit back and forth. Like, Modestas is pretty good. He has good power. But Iwan Cutelaba, I think, has a little more power, and I trust his power a little bit more. He actually has really good shot selection. Like, he was landing really well in Ibo Arslan in his last fight. And he's not just like a swinger. Like, he actually does, like, he has good shot selection. I think he's going to win this one. I think he's going to win this one via, first round sub. Maybe he rocks Modestas really bad, takes him down, gets some sort of, I don't know, maybe a head and arm choke, maybe some sort of guillotine or something. Yeah, guillotines don't really work in MMA, but no, they do. I'm lying. Well, not as often as they used to. Anyways, I'm going Iwan Cutelaba. I feel like guillotines work better in the higher weight classes because of their strength, by the way. I just want to say that. But I'm going Iwan Cutelaba, maybe first round finish. Jessica Andrade versus Jasmine Jasudavicius, whatever. Don't really care about this fight at all. I don't know anyone who cares about this fight. Andrade is coming on. She's actually the underdog. Wait, who's the underdog in Iwan versus... Iwan is the favorite. Oh, no, it's like pretty even, I guess. I don't know. I don't bet, so I don't care. Andrade is coming off of a win, I want to say. Oh, I lied. She lost to Natalia Silva. And then before that, she beat Marina Rodriguez, Mackenzie Dern, lost to Tatiana Suarez. At this point in her career, she's a bit of a win-one, lose-one. Jasudavicius, I can't say her name. It doesn't even say who won between her and... I think it was a doctor stoppage, wasn't it? Beat De Silva, beat Klon. Oh, she's on a good win streak. What the hell? Okay, well, she lost to Tracy Cortez. Eesh, brother. Eesh. How do you lose to Tracy Cortez? But since then, she's been on a 4-fight winning streak. I don't know why it doesn't say the result of this fight, but... Submission, decision, and submission. Is she going to sub Andrade? That's the thing. Or can Andrade KO her? Why can I see Andrade kind of KOing her? Andrade, man, she's a... This young man is a... Andrade had a split with Marina Rodriguez. KO'd Mackenzie Dern. Sorry. No, I feel like I got a cough. I don't know. Honestly, who cares? I'm going to go Jasudavicius via split decision. Can you guys just not see that? Mike Mallott versus Charles Radtke. This one's kind of... this one's okay. I think I'm going to go Charles Radtke, actually. I was going to say this one is tricky, and initially my pick was Mike Mallott. He did... Okay, he got a first-round KO against Matthew Semmelsberger, right? He got body TKO'd by Carlos Prates in the first round. He then got a first-round KO against Urbina, excuse me. He then got a decision against Blood Diamond, which wasn't the best look for him, but tricky, right? First-round KO against Semmelsberger. Losing to Prates is not like anything to scoff at all, right? And I don't think Mike Mallott is as good of a striker as Prates, right? So if you look at Mallott's career a little bit, beat Trevin Giles in one of the worst fights I've ever seen, and at times was getting pieced up by Trevin Giles. Lost to Neil Magny, right? Wow, what a win. Submitted, is this Adam Fugit? Fugit. I didn't say the other word that Charles Radtke likes to say. Second round sub. Then he got a first round sub against Linese. Then he got a first round KO against Mickey Gall. Now look at the names, right? It's not like, but like these are okay. He's got a finishing ability. Now I didn't like the Trevin Giles fight at all, but obviously he is coming off of a loss, and I don't know. I didn't like the way he looked. I could see this being a bit of a back and forth, and Radtke getting like a early. I say a early round 3 TKO for Charles Radtke. I could see him like really pressuring Mike Mallott, you know. I think Mallott is good, but I think that Neil Magny fight mentally broke him. I thought he even kind of admitted it after the Trevin Giles fight. Like, yeah, you know, I was just trying to get back in the win column, and I know it wasn't the most exciting. It's like he like knew it was going to be boring just because he wanted that win back so bad. Not win back, but wanted to be back in the winning column. I didn't like the way he looked in that fight. I think Radtke, yeah, he lost to Prates, but good finisher. Again, coming off of a first-round knockout. And plus, I want to hear him say the word. No, I'm kidding. After on the mic. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I guess I'll go Radtke. I could see him breaking Mike Mallott, you know. I think Mike Mallott's easy to break. If you get broken by Neil Magny, I could just see it. Benoit Saint-Denis. Let's go. We're back. Benoit Saint-Denis enjoyers, we're back. You know, I picked him to beat Dustin Poirier. I wasn't doing MMA YouTube, but like I picked him like off, you know, obviously like on my own time. That's the worst pick I've ever had. Bro, people are going to say that's such a bad pick. Benoit Saint-Denis was on a freaking finishing streak. Head kick KOing people, submitting people. Like, Poirier didn't look the best. He was coming off of a loss, I think. Yeah. Benoit Saint-Denis versus Kyle Prepolec. Benoit Saint-Denis, I'm a massive fan of Benoit Saint-Denis. And I really wanted to see him fight Joe Alvarez. Funny enough, I was going to pick him to beat Joe Alvarez just for fun. Like, I knew he wasn't going to win that at all, but just for fun, I was going to pick him. Just because the slight chance he won, I would have been like, I'm a genius. Nonetheless, I'm picking him to beat Kyle Prepolec, obviously. I'm going to go first round KO for Benoit Saint-Denis. Maybe he rocks him really bad, then gets like a rear naked choke or something against the cage. Almost like could he get like a standing RNC maybe? I don't know about that, but yeah, I think he's going to destroy this guy. Benoit Saint-Denis, you know, he was preparing for a more dangerous guy than Kyle Prepolec. He was preparing for Joel Alvarez. You know, now you're going to face a guy who's just some bum. He's just some can. No offense. I mean, it's on the main card. That's kind of embarrassing, but it is what it is. I'm not going to complain about it, I guess. Wait, what weight division is he's welterweight? I was going to say, why didn't they do Mike Mallott versus Benoit Saint-Denis, but he's a welterweight, so never mind. But I got Benoit. I think it's a blessing in disguise. And by the way, Benoit actually didn't duck Gamrot. He actually claimed that Gamrot did want to fight him, but it was 2 weeks from now. It wasn't going to be on this card. So that was weird. Gamrot doing that is pretty weird. He's like, oh, this guy ducked me. No, he didn't duck you. He just wanted to stay on the card that's in his home country. Or, I mean, I don't know. He's French, excuse me. But anyways, Benoit Saint-Denis is going to beat Kyle Prepolec via first round submission. I think he's going to rock him very badly. And he's going to get the back, rear naked choke. And then Benoit Saint-Denis is going to put his arms out, his tongue out. And he's gonna be like, Benoit Saint-Denis is back in the winning column. And the crowd's going to go wild. And I'm going to go crazy because I'm a Benoit Saint-Denis fan. I don't know why. I just really like Benoit Saint-Denis. There was a time where he was my favorite fighter. But then he started losing. So, But if he wins this one, if he gets a crazy finish, I'm back on the hype train, boys. But seriously, Benoit Saint-Denis first round KO. Let's go. Or first round submission. Maybe, but I could see him like dropping him, then getting a KO. Alexa Grasso, plus he's did I say this already? He is a minus 1,000 favorite, which is pretty hilarious. So, wow, Alexa Grasso versus Natalia Silva. I don't love women's fights, but this one could be good. I did crap on it like in a video a couple of days ago, but Natalia Silva's solid on the feet, and Grasso is solid. The problem is like you think a women's fight could end up being good, and then it still ends up being shit somehow. It's like I could see them like both like kind of like not throwing and then just kind of waiting and stalling. Like, yes or no? Can you guys not see it being boring? I don't know. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully you guys come back to this and they're like, dude, no way you said it was gonna be boring. It was a war. I hope I'm wrong. So, Grasso versus Natalia Silva. This is tricky. Natalia Silva. Let's go through her record a little bit. I know she's a really good striker. Really good on the ground. Okay, she beat Andrade. She beat Araujo, who I believe is facing Tracy Cortez next. She beat Lee. She beat Leonardo via KO. She also got a KO back in 2022. She's not really... I mean, she's on a win. Like, she's only won. Wow, it's like just win, and win. 5 wins in a row. She's on a 5-fight winning streak. But one finish in the UFC. Not the best look, right? But she's a woman's fighter. I get it. Oh, this is tricky, man, because you guys, I know a lot of people are picking her to beat Grasso. But can you guys not just see Grasso winning? So you got Grasso, right? Lost to Shevchenko decision. Had a split decision with Shevchenko, which was, obviously, that was a rigged scorecard. Submitted Shevchenko. Then had a decision. Then had another sub. Then had another decision. So she's been in the UFC much longer. I mean, she's been there since the pandemic. Can I say that on YouTube anymore? Since 2020. Since the pandemic. I already said, who cares? Demonetize me. I don't make money off this. Esparza, she beat decision. A lot of decisions from Grasso. This is tricky, man. Grasso is a sneakily good boxer, obviously, but she's not... She doesn't have the power, in my opinion. Excuse me. Oh, my God. That's disgusting. She has power. Like, she dropped Shevchenko, didn't she? But she's a decent boxer. She's decent defensively. It's tricky, It's really tricky. And Grasso's the underdog, too, which is really interesting. I'm going to trust Natalia Silva to win this via 30-27. I can't really see Grasso I can't see Grasso winning this. I can't see her being good enough on the ground to get a sub again. I can't see her like posing much damage on the feet. She really doesn't pose damage on the feet, no offense. And Natalia Silva is just she pressures better, and she's gonna pressure more. She's decent defensively. She's really good on the feet. A really good striker, good kicks. She's just gonna pressure, and Grasso's good, but I just got I can't see her finishing Grasso. Grasso has a good chin, and she's tough, and she can mix it up, but so can Silva ×2. I'm going to go Natalia Silva. Sadly for Grasso, she ain't winning this one, buddy. But Aiemann Zahabi, a.k.a. Ariel Helwani, is going to face Jose Aldo. Awful fight, a fight nobody has asked for. I'm going to go Jose Aldo. I don't know why they're making Jose Aldo fight this guy. The fact that Jose Aldo is on a retirement tour and they're making him fight guys like Mario Batista, Jonathan Martinez, and Aiemann Zahabi is ludicrous. It's absolutely asinine. I'm still picking him to beat Aiemann Zahabi. Aiemann Zahabi, he's only known for just looking a lot like Ariel Helwani. Other than that, he's not like he's solid. If you look at his record, he beat Pedro Munoz. Ooh. He beat Jared Basharat. Ooh. He got a first-round KO against... I don't know. How do you say that? I mean, just mid-record, right? Pedro Munoz, really. And it was just like it was a mid-performance, too. It wasn't even like... It just wasn't... I don't know. I mean, he has a decent jab, I guess. He has decent low kicks. I don't know, man. I think the only thing I worry about is he going to be able to do what Mario Batista did and what Merab did, which is just hold Aldo against the cage. You would hope and think Aldo won't let that happen for a fucking third time. Or I mean, it's happened multiple times. Volk did it too. It's like Aldo's the way to beat Jose Aldo is hold him against the cage and knee his thigh. But I'm still going to pick Aldo, honestly. I think he's just much better than Zahabi. Aiemann Zahabi is just not excellent at anything. If he was like an excellent grappler or like great jiu-jitsu, or even if he was an excellent grappler, I'd still pick Aldo because Aldo has like wicked takedown defense. Yeah, I'm picking Aldo, and he's the favorite, and that's fair. I'm gonna pick Aldo. Can I see him KOing Zahabi? I don't think Aldo really goes for it the same way he should. Like against Martinez, if he would have pressured Martinez in I want to say the second or third round, he could have finished him. I'll still pick Aldo though. I could see Zahabi winning the first round or like I could see Zahabi getting a round. I could see Zahabi getting like the first round, like just barely or something, and then Aldo would just pressure him a lot more. Hopefully. I don't know. Who cares? Who cares? I'm going Aldo, I guess. Decision. Maybe a third round. No, I'm going decision. I don't trust Aldo to get KOs anymore. Sorry. I hope I'm proven wrong. But Valentina Shevchenko, Manon Fiorot. I'm going to go Valentina Shevchenko. Yeah. I mean, it's one of these things where it's like, I don't really care about Manon Fiorot at all. Don't care about Shevchenko in 2025 unless she's facing Zhang Weili. That fight kind of interests me. Or if she moves up and tries to fight like a Pena or a Kayla Harrison, that could be interesting. But other than those fights, I just don't care about anyone she would face in this weight class. You know, with that being said, I'm picking her to win. Fiorot is just solid. I mean, if you want to look at her record, if we have to, I guess, let's look at her record. I mean, it's not really much of a record, but Blanchfield, Rose Namajunas, decision. Come on. And then no names. KO Tabitha Ritchie. Wow, Tabitha Ritchie is dog shit. And that's it. Like, her record is just very like, yeah, she's on a winning streak and she has one loss in her career, and shout out to her, I guess, but what do you guys want me to say? Valentina Shevchenko is going to outpoint her. She does not have the advantage on the ground over Shevchenko or on the feet. Her only claim to success is if she pressures really well. And it wouldn't shock me if she won. I wouldn't be surprised if she won. I'm not going to lie. I can see like a bit of an upset, quote unquote, here. Oh, Manon Fiorot has won a really close decision. I could see it. It wouldn't shock me. But who cares? So I'm picking I mean, really, like, I'm going to pick Shevchenko. I think it's going to be a very boring. It's going to be boring, man. It's going to be boring unless Manon Fiorot just goes out there and is like, I'm going to KO this girl. She's not going to do that. A lot of these fighters, and we're going to talk about this with JDM, they kind of just accept, like, defeat, like, halfway through the fight. You see it with Leon Edwards, every fight he's ever had. It's like some fighters easily get demoralized, and no offense, but you kind of see it a lot with women's MMA where they kind of just like, they'll lose like the first 2 rounds and then they're in the corner, they're slumped, the coach has got to scream in their face, they got their hands in their hips, they're sweating. Like, tell me you guys can't picture that. Manon Fiorot's in the corner, it's round 4, her coach is screaming at her in French, Shevchenko's like, Shevchenko looks the fresher fighter. I can just see that. So I'm going to pick Shevchenko via 4-1. Maybe decision. Maybe Fiorot gets the earlier rounds. Maybe. Or maybe she gets like a round 3 or 4. But again, that's if I can't really see her just turning it on and pressuring. I'm going to pick Shevchenko via a decision. And unfortunately, I could see this being pretty awful. Excuse me. I could see this being very awful. But the main event I could see being actually great, believe it or not. Bilal Muhammad versus JDM. Now, I've already done a separate video on this, and the more I've thought about it, in my video, I at the end I came to the conclusion I'm going with JDM. And the more I've sat on it and thought about it, pause, sat on it, pause. The more I've really thought about it, I'm pretty confident now that JDM's going to win. Actually, I take that back. No, I take that back. But I'm still picking JDM. I'm not confident in any of my picks anymore. Until I go on like a good picks streak or until I get like a card where I get all my picks right, I'm not confident. But I'm going to go Giacomo Della Maddalena. I think I said, and I'm sticking with this, by a fourth round TKO. Fourth round TKO. Late fourth round KO / TKO. I think Bilal Muhammad is really, really great. I think he's excellent. I mean, not excellent. I think he's good. I don't think he's excellent. I mean, but, you kind of have to say that when you look at his record, right? Beat Leon, beat Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns had one arm and he couldn't finish him, but it is what it is. And Leon, the Leon fight was a lot closer than people think. KO'd Sean Brady somehow, beat Vicente Luque, beat Wonder Boy. I'm sorry, none of these guys are JDM. And I know I said this when I picked Chandler to beat Paddy Pimblett. Please ignore that pick. That pick never happened, but I did pick it, but it never happened. I did say, yeah, Paddy's never faced a guy as good as Chandler. Yeah, but still, I just think what separates JDM from all those guys is JDM is not a Leon Edwards. JDM is not the kind of guy that's going to lose the first 2 or 3 rounds, 2 or 3 rounds, and then have his head down and the coach is screaming at him, which I just mentioned earlier with the co-main event, but he's not the kind of guy that's like has to be brought back into the fight. JDM is the kind of guy, if it's a 10-round fight and he's down all 9 rounds, he's going to get a finish in the 10th. Maybe that's exaggerating, but my point is he's going to try to get a finish at least. My point is he's not one of these guys that just kind of accepts a loss and gets easily cracked and demoralized. I mean, if you saw the Basil Hafez fight, dude was trying to get Hafez out of there. Hafez was probably on roids because he was from the regionals and it was like a three-day notice fight. And he had to make weight twice, so he didn't have as much steam, I don't think. Gilbert Burns, he finished in the 3rd round. That's the thing. Arguably could have lost that fight to Gilbert Burns before the finish. He was arguably down in the scorecards, and then he just pulls out a finish out of the fire. You got to pull out the fire. Like, that's the thing. He's what Leon Edwards. He's the opposite of Leon. Leon has to be motivated, and Leon still can't do it. Leon still can't ever pull it out of the fire. He did it against Usman one time, and people always give him credit. Oh, Leon. Other than the Usman fight, it's like, wow, that the one KO of his whole career. And he was losing the fight before that KO, and low-key was a bit of a fluke. I mean, if you I'm just saying, it might have been a fluke. But anyways, JDM. I think he's going to win this. I love the work he's doing with Craig Jones. I love the work he's doing with Craig Jones. And he's not the kind of guy that he's not like a Leon who's like he's gonna be held down. He's gonna look up at the clock and I got a minute left. Let me just ride out the minute. No, he's gonna get up. He has really good get ups. He has really good scrambles. He's gonna get up. He's also not stupid. He's not like Dustin Poirier who's just gonna pull a guillotine. He kind of did that against Hafez, but he's really improved since then. Really improved. And I just think I don't know. I know Gilbert Burns held him down, but he had one arm. You have to really take that into account. He really had one arm in that fight. That's a pretty big deal. He had a broken arm in that fight. It was broken in the 1st round too. It wasn't like it broke in the 3rd or the 2nd. It broke in the beginning of the fight. One arm, and he still got that finish against Gilbert Burns, and he still did decent too. He still got up, and he was still winning on the feet whenever they were on the feet. He's the underdog as well, which is crazy to me. I got JDM, man. I got JDM. I think what he's going to do well is his cardio is good, by the way, even though I don't think he's had a 5-rounder yet, and that does worry me a little bit, but I trust it, man. I trust his 5-round cardio. I trust. I think JDM, I don't think he needs 5 rounds, but I think he could hang for 5 rounds. Below is good 5-round cardio. He has great 5-round cardio, to be fair. Not like a Marab type, but solid cardio. He almost got finished against Leon in the 5th, if you want to talk about that. But he has good cardio. I just think JDM is not going to accept these positions. He's going to get up, and when they're on the feet, Bilal's extremely hittable. Watch any Bilal Muhammad fight. The guy's always bloodied, especially against Leon. Always bloodied, always got 2 black eyes after his fights. I mean, He's hittable. Very, very, very hittable. And against a pressure boxer like JDM, who doesn't just go upstairs, he goes to the body too. Solid kicks, goes to the body. He's going to break down Belal Muhammad. And I think as the rounds go on, I could see him hurting Belal really bad in the second. You know, I could see him hurting him in the second with something, and then Belal kind of... I think Belal is going to... He's going to grapple, but he's going to be like, oh, you know, I can hang on the feet. He's going to want to hang. And that's the thing as well with Belal. It's like Belal's best success is against guys like Leon and Wonderboy who are more counter strikers. They tap at you at range. That's when he has his success where he can do the little Canelo, his Canelo hands, right? Where he can do the uppercut and land the uppercuts and he gets in your face and he has decent pressure. He's not going to have that pressure against JD freaking M, bro. I'm sorry. JDM is going to catch him with something if Belal tries that shit. It's just what it is. You know, it's just what it is. So I think he's going to be comfortable on the feet. JDM is going to crack him with something, either a body shot or some sort of left hook. And Belal is going to be like, oh, crap. And then he's going to grapple and he's going to panic shoot. Then the round's going to end. Then he's going to be grappling heavy, maybe in the third. Then I think the fourth, it's going to be a bit like Pereira versus Roundtree, that fourth round. I think JDM is going to start teeing off. Honestly, I think it's going to be bang, bang, body, head, body. He's just going to go for Belal, man. I think JDM is going to be comfortable with getting taken down too. I really think he is. I mean, Craig Jones, he's done sucks. He's done sucks. What? He's done such good work with Craig Jones. From what I've been seeing, I don't know. Maybe it won't apply to a real fight. But from the footage I've been seeing, it seems like they're doing good work. And Craig Jones works with Volk, and he works really well with Volk because Volkanovski hung in there for 5 rounds against Islam Makhachev. There were times where Islam Makhachev had the back of Volkanovski and he was emoting. I honestly think, I got JDM, man. I got JDM. Belal Muhammad does not have a submission threat. Again, he's a good pressure boxer. But it's like, you can pressure box against Wonderboy, who's a counter striker, or against Leon, who's a counter striker. Or you could do it to Brady, who's really like not good on the feet. You know, he's decent. He's decent on the feet, but you could do it to these guys who are like, you could do it to Gilbert, even though he didn't really do it to Gilbert Burns. That fight was awful. And Gilbert Burns had one arm and he was still decent. But you can do it to these other guys, but you cannot do that to JDM. JDM is not going to allow that, man. And JDM himself is going to pressure you. I could see this fight being really awesome. I hope so, at least. I actually, maybe this is controversial. I thought Belal versus Leon was a pretty fun fight. I could see this fight being pretty awesome. I could see it being a bit back and forth. Hopefully, at least. Hopefully, it's not a snooze fest. Or if it is like a knockout, hopefully it's not JDM getting knocked. Can you imagine Belal just head kick KOs JDM in the first round? I would actually retire. If Belal wins this, I'm retiring, by the way. No, I'm kidding. I don't even hate Belal as much as other people do. I just think I understand why he's hated, and I'm not picking him to beat JDM. I'm sorry. I just think JDM is going to KO him. I think he's going to KO him in the fourth. I think he's going to tee off on him. Maybe a body shot crumbles him, and then it's a ground and pound. That was a weird motion I just did. Hammer fist, some sort of ground and pound thing. I could see Belal kind of crumbled against the cage, and then JDM is just hammering off, and then Mark Goddard steps in, or Herb Dean steps in and calls it. Hopefully not Herb Dean. He'd allow that to go for like 10 minutes. He's the worst ref in the sport. Or Herzog. I could see Herzog being the ref for some reason. I don't know. Like Keith Peterson. I don't know. No, it'd probably be Goddard, right? Mark Goddard. Anyways. JDM, Belal Muhammad. I got JDM, man. Am I super confident in this pick? Absolutely not. But I'm hopeful. But then again, man, the best base for MMA nowadays is the worst fighter winning. I mean, I shouldn't say the worst fighter, but the more boring fighter. Like Ankalaev beating Pereira, Ian Gary beating Prates. But I'm still going to hold out hope that JDM's got this one. So those are my picks. Overall, it's a pretty awful card. Surprisingly, I've been here for more than 30 minutes. I thought this would be quick, but, I spent a long time talking about the main event, I guess. Make sure you guys like and sub. Become a member in the description. What are your guys' picks? I think my picks are okay. They might age terribly. But what are you guys' picks? Let me know in the comments. Peace.